Have you ever wondered why some YouTube channels absolutely skyrocket while others just seem to be struggling to gain traction despite all of their efforts? The secret often lies in a single metric, average view duration, or AVD. And mastering AVD not only boosts your video's performance, but also signals to YouTube's algorithm that your content's worth promoting. Now, I'm about to show you how to transform your AVD, or average view duration, from average to outstanding. So first, let's demystify what average view duration even is, right? AVD represents the average time viewers actually spend watching your videos. And it's calculated by dividing the total watch time by the number of views you receive. For example, if your 10-minute video gains 10 views, well, let's say 5 of those viewers were watching the entire video and the other 5 dropped off after 2 minutes. Well, in this case, your watch time is 60 minutes, resulting in an AVD of 6 minutes. But here's the thing, average view duration doesn't mean every viewer watched for exactly 6 minutes. See, some stayed all the way till the end while others left early. This discrepancy can it does mislead a lot of creators into thinking that their content's way more engaging than it actually is. And that's why understanding this nuance, it's crucial. See, by analyzing your AVD alongside your audience retention graphs, you can pinpoint exactly where your viewers drop off and refine your content accordingly. Okay, so now that we've grasped what average view duration is, let's go into why it's so vital for your channel's growth, why it's even so important. Now, to understand that, we need to look at YouTube's algorithm. And YouTube's algorithm favors videos that keep viewers engaged longer. So a higher AVD, or average view duration, indicates to YouTube that your content's valuable. It's increasing the likelihood of it being recommended to a broader audience. Why? Because YouTube wants to keep more people on their platform for longer. So if your AVD is higher, it'll continue to push your video. And without a solid AVD, your videos might not actually get the exposure that they potentially deserve. It'll be hindering your channel's growth and even your potential revenue. So by focusing on strategies to improve your average view duration, you're not just retaining viewers, but you're also enhancing your video's reach and impact that it has within the YouTube landscape. So how can you actually effectively boost your AVD? Well, there's a few proven strategies that I've used to get some of my clients an AVD that literally doubles, sometimes even triples, that I've been using on this specific channel, and I've also seen other creators use. But they all work in tandem, so you can't skip any of these. If you want them to work for you, you have to watch all of them. Now, improving AVD requires intentional content planning and execution. Here are a few key strategies to consider that I always consider to help with this, right? First, make sure you have a super locked in, dialed in hook, right? The first few seconds are critical. We all know this. This is basic information, but it does make a huge difference. Capture the attention immediately of the viewer to encourage the viewer to continue watching. And there's a lot of different ways that we could do this. I talk about in other videos, like matching viewer expectations, making certain ways to form your hook, etc. I'll link the video up here. But we also have the very first hook, which we need to talk about. And this is the hook that we need to view as the most important, because it's the one that gets people to even click onto our videos, and it's our packaging, our titles and our thumbnails. See, that's the real first hook. And we need to make sure that we're making these hooks compelling, our packaging, our title and our thumbnail, right? Compelling enough for them to want to click onto the video. And a great way to do this is by understanding the pain points of your audience and evoking emotion through curiosity. Now, the second point is to tell a story. This helps big time because narrative structures captivate audiences, fundamentally speaking. I mean, the best retention hack, really, it's good storytelling. So making your content more relatable and more memorable could definitely achieve this and help increase your AVD. The third thing is using chapters especially for longer videos. I've talked about this again on other videos on my channel, but essentially break down content into sections, allowing your viewers to be able to navigate easily around your video and find value throughout. Because, I mean, there's no real stats on this, at least that I've read about, but it does help improve viewer satisfaction, because I know for me personally, again, I don't have any stats on this necessarily, but I know me personally, I always prefer to watch videos with chapter markers on it, and I enjoy and appreciate the creator for doing that more. Also, just another point I wanted to mention is to also make sure you have a well-edited video. And this doesn't always have to be the case, but if you're a little unsure about everything else, a good way to help keep people watching for longer once they click onto your video is to engage them with the edit. But more valuable than the edit or than this is to make sure that you actually have valuable content being said, because let's be real, whether it's a crazy edited video or not, not, you could have a simple Zoom recording, and if it's filled with immense value for your specific target audience, people will watch it all the way through. Now, neglecting these strategies, it can lead to higher drop-off rates, signaling to YouTube that your content isn't engaging. It's not keeping people on the platform for longer, which may result in decreased recommendations from YouTube. So implementing these tactics can significantly enhance your AVD, leading to greater viewer retention and more channel growth. Now, let's see how these strategies come together in a real world example or scenario, right? So imagine with me a creator who struggles with low AVD for a long time despite quality content, okay? Their videos had high initial click-through rates, but they ended up suffering because they had early drop-offs, which was limiting their reach. Well, to get over this, what they did was restructured their content to include strong hooks, some storytelling elements, and viewer engagement prompts, right? They saw a 25% increase after doing this in their average view duration within a month, leading to higher rankings and more subscribers. So if you take anything away from this video, take this. Average view duration is pivotal for any YouTuber aiming for YouTube growth. But understanding AVD, recognizing its importance and implementing targeted strategies, well, by doing that, you can elevate your content's performance significantly. Just start by analyzing your current average view duration, okay? Apply some of the techniques that we spoke about and watch your channel grow. It might not happen all at once, but even if it happens 1% more every single day, that's a win. You're in the right direction. Now, a huge way to get people to actually click on your videos though, so that we can actually get more analytics, so that we can understand average view duration more, is by having outlier-based ideas. And I talk a lot about this on this channel, but if you want to learn about this in excruciating detail, you can watch this video next because, well, I go into a lot of detail about it. As always, guys, I'm rooting for you and thanks for watching.